In their business, it's really some of the greatest content assets the world's ever seen, frankly. Fox provides even more profitable assets to them, and that's really something that's hard to compete with, whether it be another media company or more of the darling kind of tech media crossover that we see today.
Let me just take a step back. I want to talk about what the earnings are going to be, but since you said these are assets that as you said, you think are hard to compete with, I can tell you, and we had a conversation which we aired on this program with Barry Diller, who said, actually, you know what? Disney can't probably, nobody can compete with Netflix. That actually, even though they're going to tie up here with so many of these 21st century assets, and they're going to try to do an OTT product, that whatever they do, they will never be able to reach, he says, the kind of scale that Netflix has. And without that kind of scale, the economics of it aren't nearly as compelling, let's just say, perhaps as their competitor. Did you buy into that?
I don't, and I would greatly disagree with Barry Diller. And the reasons why is being that as it pertains to profitable content in Hollywood today, it is a small world, okay? Using Netflix as an example, okay? They are good at distributing content. They have a good distribution platform. That's the part that Diller's right at. Where he's completely wrong is they cannot produce profitable content. So use what your parent company is doing as an example. Brian Roberts is out buying Sky for distribution, but he's getting content assets with that via Sky, sports and news particularly, and then he's going to be able to push the NBC Universal content across that distribution platform. If you have profitable content, the distribution can be an additive or a very good thing in terms of segmenting your clients, whether it be OTT, cable, satellite, etc. But if you cannot produce profitable content, video distribution is like selling groceries. It's a terrible business.
Okay, so this afternoon, let's just talk about what number are you looking at, and then I want to know what is the one thing you want to hear from Bob Iger on the phone call.
Well, yeah, I just kind of the numbers that I think people are going to be paying the most attention to is subscriber losses. What are the MVPDs doing? What are the virtual guys adding to negate some of that? That's what the street will be really interested in. And the second thing would obviously be, where are we in the Fox, finishing out of Fox getting purchased, okay? That's what people will be interested in talking about. Here's what I don't think is being talked about in this subject that I think is very important, which is that Fox is profitable content. What Disney did was they effectively they circled the wagons on profitable content, and that's something that's very hard to gap right now. Whether it be Endemol Shine trying to sell themselves but having too much debt. Fox is profitable. They paid 13 times EBITDA for it in Disney's case. All this that's going on, the one thing that's not being said is, why did Disney pay so much for these profitable assets relative to what others might have done? And we think it's nothing short of them just doing that to make it to where Netflix cannot use an all-stock deal to do that themselves. It was effectively molding themselves.
You think it was a defensive or offensive deal?
From a short-term perspective, I look at it as, I call it an offensive deal. Right. But from a long-term, you think like a 20-year perspective, it's defensive. There's just one less company out there that produce profitable content with great assets that cannot be touched. And that is the core problem. That is the core issue in this whole discussion today, is who can do content, we own Discovery as well, so this is a great subject. I mean, here I am doing your guys' show. I am a non-paid actor right now. This is great. I mean, if this is the most profitable 30 seconds of the last hour on NBC because I don't get paid anything, that's exactly what reality television is. So reality television is cheap to produce, as where when you go to bigger scale Hollywood productions, TV shows, that's what Fox and Disney do really well and Netflix cannot.